about being vegan and the importance of it.
Okay.
Just,
well, you know, for us, it's been a transition because we were vegetarian for a really long time. And we thought, you know, hey, we're vegetarian, we're healthier, we're doing something that's better for the planet. But at the same time, I was vegetarian, and I weighed like 233 pounds.
I was getting sick at least twice a winter.
Dairy is not healthy. Dairy is by far like the worst thing you can put in your body, despite what the dairy industry wants you to think. Despite what they say about it helping your bones and how you get calcium. You know, there's just as much calcium in sunflower seeds. And all these other things have calcium. Look, greens, like almost all fruits and vegetables have some amount of calcium. Plus, when you drink dairy, it actually makes you calcium deficient. Of course, the dairy industry is not going to tell you that.
Because what is cow's
milk does a body good? Here's the thing.
Cow's milk.
Listen, no other animal drinks the milk of another creature. And no other animal drinks milk into adulthood. We are the only species that does that.
Just think about it. A cow gives milk. Why? Because it gives birth. It's made to give milk to its baby. There's not a magical cow out there that's just continually making milk. Therefore, this is what happens to cows.
Right.
They artificially inseminate them, which is rape. They rape cows, and then the cows have their baby, and then they kidnap and kill the baby cows. This is a vicious cycle.
Before they kill the baby, they actually take the baby and they chain it by its neck in a small crated box, and it never sees the light of day.
And I don't care if it's organic and it's from a friendly farm.
Doesn't matter. They don't give the calf any of its mother's milk. None of it. They feed it like beer and other stuff that makes it malnourished, and it can't walk. It's anemic, and then people kill it. So the dairy industry supports rape, molestation, kidnapping, and child murder. And just so you know, next time you take a bite of some cheese or some dairy or drink some milk or whatever, that milk came from a grieving mother, and it's not meant for you. It's made for a baby cow that grows to be 2,000 pounds. There are those people out there who will tell you that being vegetarian or being vegan will kill you, and you will die from deficiencies, and it's just wrong. People like Laird Keith, who wrote the book, The Vegetarian Myth. Now, not everything she says in that book is wrong. Like, she talks some stuff about like agriculture and the biocide of agriculture and how they kill. You know, modern agriculture actually does destroy the soil and it causes a lot of problems. I agree with that, but she's a liar. Laird Keith is a liar. The beginning of her book, it says that she was vegan for 20 years, but later on in an interview, she admits to binging on eggs and dairy as often as possible. So she absolutely was never a vegan. Plus, according to her, we should be dead. I've been vegan for over 2 years. Actually, almost 2.5 years.
I'm the strongest I've ever been. Let me see if I can show you my muscle. Ooh, look at this girl muscle.
Anyways, according to Laird Keith, we should all be dead if we're vegan. And she doesn't take into account people like Essie Hannibal. If you don't know who Essie Hannibal is, do a Google search. She's been fruitarian. She's only eaten fruit since 1957, and she's still alive. Cured herself of tuberculosis. Also, I have friends who, I guess they might just be playing, like friends and family members who might just be playing devil's advocate, and, you know, they want facts to support my claims and stuff for being vegan and health issues, especially. It's not enough for them to read the China study, and it's not enough to watch Forks Over Knives. I guess, apparently, both of these references or sources have loopholes and fallacies in them. So, I compiled a little bit of information to help people see some reasoning behind going vegan and to support it with some facts. So the Surgeon General has claimed that 68% of all diseases are diet-related. And the World Health Organization has determined that dietary factors account for at least 30% of all cancers in Western countries. Now, not all of that is animal products. I mean, some of that probably has to do with GMOs, Bt toxin, Roundup Ready crops, and the fact that most livestock, or a lot of livestock, especially in factory farms, are fed unnatural grain diets. So that's just some of it. But going on, Harvard studies showed that daily meat eaters have approximately 3 times the colon cancer risk compared to those who rarely eat meat. Toxins such as HCAS, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, it's Heterocyclic amines, or yeah. And then PAHs, which are Polycyclic Aromatic Hydrocarbons, are chemicals that are formed in the cooking of meat, muscle meat, at high temperatures. Now these chemicals, exposure to these high chemicals, the HCAs and PAHs, can cause cancer in animals. Now there's not a lot of conclusive evidence that it can cause a cancer in humans. More evidence has to be done, but I mean that's still a cause for alarm. The FDA actually admits that chicken meat sold in the United States contains arsenic, which is a known cancer-causing...
it's poison.
Yeah, it's poison. It causes cancer. Arsenic does. It is a poison. Also, people eating no meat have 24% less chance of heart disease than meat eaters. And people eating no meat and no dairy have 57% less chance of heart disease. Also, I think it's worth noting that modern medicine attempt to cure people from these diseases have failed. More people die from chemotherapy than are healed by it, which is a fact. Also, there are no known medicines that can cure cancer, heart disease, or diabetes, but there is plenty of evidence that a low-fat plant-based diet can actually heal all of these ailments. And let me just go into that. Gerson therapy. Gerson therapy, which is a raw plant-based therapy, they also incorporate coffee enemas and some other stuff to detox the liver. But they have cured, or not cured, sorry, I like the word heal. They have healed thousands of terminally ill cancer patients through this method. Also, Dr. Cadwell Esselstyn, his work on preventing and reversing heart disease. Dr. Gabriel Cousens and Dr. Neil Bernard's work on reversing type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Now, if you have diabetes and you want to do some research about how you could actually reverse your diabetes through plant-based nutrition, I would actually recommend looking into Dr. Neil Bernard's work as opposed to Dr. Gabriel Cousens, because Dr. Gabriel Cousens has actually been known to flip-flop on some of his ideas, especially about carbohydrate consumption, and Dr. Neil Bernard is pretty straight and all that information is just put forth for you, and he doesn't flip-flop around a lot. Although there's a really good documentary by Dr. Gabriel Cousens, I think it's called Reversing Diabetes in 30 Days.
I also like to address something. This is something that some people always try to tell me, like, oh, well, we're omnivores. Look at these canines. Look at these sharp-ass canines. Yeah, I'm going to go out and do this to a cow and go, ha! And actually literally bite. Now, no, a cat could do that, like a big cat could do that. But no, we have not evolved to eat meat unless it's cooked. We evolved maybe to make spears to do that, but just because we evolved to survive that way doesn't mean that we need to survive on it now. There's no we don't have to survive on meat. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
No, the only way we can eat meat is if we cook it. You can't just go out in nature and bite into an animal like all other carnivores and omnivores do.
You look at the beginning of our videos, when we first started doing videos, you can see a difference in me and Gabe. Our skin has cleared up. We look a lot more toned. We don't have as much flab. We have a lot more energy. We should show a clip of the beginning of what we had looked like and sounded like.
Oh yeah, I can only do 4 pull-ups. I can do up to 30 now. So
I ran 6 miles last Sunday.
No, there's a link in the description of this video for Gary Yourofsky's video, "This Best Speech You'll Ever Hear." Please watch that in its entirety. That video is super informative. It's a message that everybody needs to hear. If you want to protect the earth and make the world a better place for our future generations and improve your own health, go vegan.
Happy World Vegan Day, everybody!
Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see any more videos from us. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.